I'd like to welcome all of you to our very special webinar tonight, all about cancer. Discover cancer's secret causes and what you can do about it now. This is an exclusive, very special webinar with me, your host, Dr. Bradley Nelson, and our special guest, Bill Henderson, author of Beating Cancer Gently and Cancer Free. So first of all, a little bit about me. I've been in private and virtual practice for 24 years. I've been a holistic chiropractic physician now for about 27 years. Been a pioneer in holistic health, created the Bodycode system. I'm the author of the book, The Emotion Code, How to Release Your Trapped Emotions for Abundant Health, Love, and Happiness. And I'm an international speaker, healer, and author. Bill, say hello to everybody.
Yeah, hi, Dr. Brad. It's wonderful to be here with you. And, I've known you since, I guess, 2007 we met. Thousands of people that listen to me for one reason or another, as a reader or coachee or whatever, have read the Emotion Code book, and they admire you tremendously, and that's correct. And it has helped quite a few of them overcome their cancer. As dealing with an essential part of recovery. And I admire you, as you know, so much, and I want to tell the people how lucky they are to be able to tune into you for a full hour and a half tonight, and for some of them to participate and get you to help them with the technique of the body code. God bless you, Brad. It's great to be with you.
Well, thank you so much, Bill. And you and I have a mutual admiration society going on because I think so highly of you. And those of you that maybe have not heard of Bill before or are new to all of this, Bill is the author of these two books, Cure Your Cancer and Cancer Free. What he does is he helps people to recover from cancer naturally. Now, Bill is not a doctor. He has that advantage. He's not a doctor. That's an advantage as I see it. And he has helped many people, thousands of people, literally. And I've met some of these people. So it's really a great honor for me to have you on our webinar tonight. So thank you for being with us. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy it myself.
All right, awesome. Well, let's go ahead and get going here. In this webinar, you are going to learn that cancer is really just a symptom. You're going to learn what the most common underlying causes are, what the most common underlying reasons are. We're going to talk a little bit about the cancer industry, where the cure is really hiding, what to do if you're diagnosed, sometimes the damage that can be done after cancer diagnosis, how to counsel your clients or your friends or loved ones who might have cancer. We'll talk about emotional issues and related types of cancer. We'll talk about planning for your health to address and also to avoid cancer. So in this webinar, I'm also going to explain the body code. I'm going to be working on some people live. We'll get to that point in the webinar, and after that, I'll let you know how you can also own the body code yourself, because the body code is a self-study course on energy healing. And I think if this is new to you, if this is brand new, if you've never heard of the body code before, I have to tell you, I'm really excited for you, because this is such powerful, such amazing information. So let's talk about cancer first of all. What is cancer? Well, we probably all know, but we'll just review this really quickly. Cancer is a disease in which abnormal cells divide without control, and they're able to invade other tissues. So here at the top here on the graph on the right, you see normal cell division. When a cell gets damaged and doesn't get repaired, that cell dies, commits suicide, basically. But when you have an abnormal cell that divides and mutates and keeps growing, then that becomes an uncontrolled form of growth, and that's really what a cancer is. Now, these cancer cells can spread to other parts of the body through the blood and the lymph systems. And again, those normal cells grow and divide, and then they die, and that's healthy. But these cancer cells, they don't die. They just keep going. They keep growing and dividing, and they don't die. And that's due to some kind of damage in the genetic material of the cell that produces mutations is the most common perception about that. But I'm going to share with you tonight some other ideas about where cancer might really be coming from. And I think this is going to be really interesting for everybody. And of course, tumors may form from that cell growth and so on. The way I look at cancer is I look at cancer just like every other symptom that the body has. Cancer is a symptom. It begins with imbalance in the body, and causes of cancer may include emotions that are trapped in the body from some traumatic emotional events that you've been through, other kinds of imbalancing energies, toxicity in the body, imbalances in the circuitry of the body, infections such as viral, bacterial, mold, parasites in the body, structural imbalances, and nutritional imbalances. All of these things kind of combine together. Now, when I say that cancer is really just a symptom, the longer I live, and the more experience that I have with people. I practiced for 17 years as a holistic physician down in Southern California. And then I had a practice where for 2 more years I worked with people remotely around the world and just had a distance practice, because this work, the emotion code and the body code as well, are both done perfectly well at a distance, because they are really the ultimate forms of energy medicine, I think. And the longer I live, the more I come to the conclusion that all the imbalances that we suffer from, all the symptoms that we experience in our lives, the pain, the depression, anxiety, phobias, panic attacks, eating disorders, cancer, PTSD, Parkinson's, on and on and on. All of these symptoms that we manifest are really the result of the imbalances that are going on within our own bodies. Now, having said that, let me just let you know very clearly that we don't make any kind of medical claims at all. The emotion code and the body code are simply designed to remove the underlying imbalances that manifest in disease, but we don't ever claim to cure or heal anybody of cancer. Healing always comes from within the body. And so the emotion code and the body code are just designed to remove the imbalances that are in your way, the things that are interfering with your ability to get well. Well, as you know, cancer is a huge industry. You can see in the image on the right. What if I told you there are multiple cures for cancer, but they're suppressed? Because cancer is worth $160 billion a year. The government, medical, pharmaceutical, industrial complex basically, quote unquote, owns cancer. Nixon declared war on cancer back in the 1970s, and of course it's a huge industry. And there have been a number of different doctors over the years and different people who have found amazing things that seem to help cancer, but they've been kept under wraps or driven out of business or driven to their death to keep the cancer industry running. It's a terrible thing. However, I'll tell you something. People now are starting to wake up. They're waking up to this sad fact. Don't you think that's true, Bill, that there's kind of an awakening going on? Well, let's take a look at this one. This is the doctor saying, whoa, ease up on the chemo nurse. That's how much we use to euthanize horses. And the fact is, chemotherapy chemicals cause permanent damage to the heart, liver, and kidneys. In fact, chemo and radiation are often what kills the patient. My own opinion is that there are more people that have died from chemo than have actually probably died from cancer. That's my own opinion. I may be wrong, but and it's the alternative cancer therapies that are often called quackery or dangerous. And isn't it a topsy-turvy world that we live in, where natural things that you can do to help yourself, to help your cancer go away, those things are considered dangerous, but the things that actually damage us are considered healthy. It's really bizarre. Welcome to planet Earth. So if you're diagnosed and you choose to take an alternative route, you want to immediately start looking for these underlying imbalances. And the purpose of our webinar today is to show you how we find those underlying imbalances using the body code. You also want to clear your heart wall. Now, if you don't know what the heart wall is, just really quickly, when we feel like our heart is going to break at some point in our life, the subconscious mind will put up a wall around the heart to protect that heart, to keep the heart from being totally broken. And that is basically what a heart wall is. It's this wall of energy around the heart that interferes with your immune system. So it's an important thing to get rid of. And it's in the emotion code book. And by the way, let me give you a link that you can go to, where you can download the emotion code for free and get the emotion code book on audio for free. If you just go to www.emotion.com bodycodegift.com. It's a free website. You can go there, you can download the emotion code, download the book on audio, and that way you can start to understand all of this if you're not understanding it already. It's really simple, emotioncodegift.com. Okay. Now, what I have found is that there are always trapped emotions in cancer tissues. That's what I've seen. That's my own personal experience. Every person that I've worked on, 27 years now, there's always been trapped emotions present in those tissues. Well, it's sort of like if you're a policeman and every time you get called to go on a bank robbery, there's the same white van parked outside. Well, you'd probably start getting suspicious. And that's how it was for me. Every time I worked on a person with cancer, every time I would ask to see what the underlying causes were, trapped emotions were always there. Always, always, always. And what are trapped emotions? Well, we all experience emotional events in our lives that we'd rather not experience at times. And sometimes we feel intense emotions of sadness or grief or resentment or depression. And it's during those times that we're feeling those intense emotions that the energy of those emotions can become stuck in the body. And we refer to these as trapped emotions. And all of this is explained in the emotion code. But wherever those trapped emotions reside, and trapped emotion, by the way, is literally a ball of energy from about the size of a baseball to about the size of a cantaloupe. The trapped emotion, that ball of energy, exerts a distorting force on your energy field. Now, your body is really nothing more than a very complex energy field itself, right? And so when you distort that normal energy field of the body, you really are distorting ultimately the body itself. You're interfering with chemical reactions, and you're distorting, interfering with the flow of energy in the meridians and so on. And so eventually you start to have symptoms there. So one of the things that you can do is you can use the body code on yourself, or you can find a practitioner to help you, and you can go to this site, healerslibrary.com, find a practitioner. So that's our main website is healerslibrary.com. Okay. So some other things that you can do, you can take a look at your lifestyle, look at your diet, look at your emotional situation. You can start cleansing. One of my favorite places is the Optimum Health Institute. They've got two of those in the world that I know of. One is in Lemon Grove, California, near San Diego. The other one is in Austin, Texas. You can get your teeth and your jaw checked out. On Healers Library, we have a very important interview with Dr. Stuart Nunley about dental health. And here's a link for that as well. Dental Fixes Hurting Your Health. And then you definitely want to buy and read Cancer Free, Your Guide to Gentle Non-Toxic Healing by Bill Henderson. And I recommend that you also contact Bill and have a consultation with him if you've been diagnosed with cancer. That's what I've been recommending for people for years that they do. And here's his website right here, Beating Cancer Gently with a dash, 2 dashes in there. And have faith in your body's ability to heal. You know, the medical profession will tell you that cancer is a very scary kind of a thing, and that it's often death sentence. But, you know, I've met lots of people who have been given that death sentence and given months to live sometimes, and that are still around. So just being diagnosed with cancer can be incredibly damaging if you let it. So you need to choose your emotions wisely, be constructive, come up with a plan, focus on the plan. Don't dwell on fear and negativity. Remember that negativity is acidic to the body, will produce acidity, lower the immune function, and creates a good environment for cancer growth. So you need to be careful about that. Have faith, don't give up, don't let cancer beat you. Focus on getting well, not on being ill. And release any energies or emotions that are related to the diagnosis, and remove and find those underlying imbalances, which we're going to talk about for the bulk of our webinar here. Now, it's interesting because certain body parts are often related to emotional issues. For example, breast cancer is often related to nurturing and relationships that maybe have had problems. Pancreatic cancer sometimes is about no sweetness in your life. Stomach cancer often is related to not being able to stomach what's going on in your life. Skin cancer sometimes is about feeling inadequate or unworthy. Bone cancer may be from problems with structure or authority in your life. If you read Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life, you can get more connections like these. And these are always interesting and insightful. So you can use the body code to get rid of those underlying imbalances. And you can also clear those imbalances before they manifest as something down the road like cancer. The beautiful thing about preventing cancer from occurring in the first place is that then, of course, you don't have to deal with it and you don't have to try to get over it. So that's much better. But if you've been diagnosed with it, then there are still things that you can do. You want to eat organic, healthy food, avoid sugar and junk food, cleanse your body regularly to keep your organs happy, and choose positive emotions. Now, let me tell you a little bit about how I got into this and where all of this came from and what I'm doing. I have one of those really interesting, really unusual stories that has just been the story of my life. It started when I was 7 years old. I was suffering from the measles. I was really sick. My parents made a bed for me upstairs so I could be near their room. They were talking about the next day I was going into an oxygen tent in the hospital, and some of you are old enough to remember what an oxygen tent is. They got rid of those probably 50 years ago, but that was the plan. And they made a bed for me upstairs in the living room so I could be near them. And my parents came into the room this night. Everyone else had gone to bed. I was going into the hospital the next day. And they were very worried about me. And I was really sick. But I remember all of this in great detail at 7 years old. Some of the earliest, maybe one of the earliest memories that I have. My mother said to my father, she said, "Will you come and kneel down and say a prayer for our boy that he'll be able to get well?" And so they did. They knelt down by the side of the couch, and my father started offering this heartfelt prayer for me that I'd be able to get well. And as he was praying, I suddenly had something happen. I felt this change that started at the top of my head, and it went whoosh through my body that fast, and I was healed from this sickness. Now, to be really sick and really feeling ill one moment, and the next moment to feel completely well and fantastic is a singular experience and is completely unforgettable. Trust me. That's why I remember this. And I held my tongue until my dad was done praying, which didn't take long. And I said, "I'm well. Heavenly Father has healed me. I'm better. I'm better." And my parents said, "Well, honey, that's fine. You just go back to sleep now. We're going into the hospital tomorrow." They didn't believe it. But the next day proved it. I was totally better. And I never forgot that. And I learned from that there is a higher power that we can draw upon. And so when I got into practice, I made it a habit of asking for help with each person that I saw. And it was just a silent thing, but I knew there was a higher power. I knew that God was real, that we could ask for help and we could get it. And so I was in the habit of asking, and I mean asking over and over and over, every person that I saw pretty much for 17 years. And then 2 years in remote practice, I would just take a moment before I would work on a person, and I would just direct my thoughts to heaven, and I would ask God to please help me to work on this person. And there were times, especially during the last 10 years that I was in practice, when I was primarily working with people that had been told there was no cure for them at all, where someone would come in with something that I didn't know what to do with, or I didn't know how to approach something, and I would offer that silent prayer, and the information would just literally flood into my mind about what that person needed. And sometimes it was a totally different way of thinking about things, or even conceiving of things that I'd ever even imagined before. It was the most incredible thing. Well, one of the things that I learned was that a huge component of all of our diseases and all of our malfunction and all of our symptoms is our emotional baggage. And that's why I left practice in 2004, and in 2007 published this book, The Emotion Code. And in fact, I was at an author conference, and I ended up sitting right next to Bill Henderson. And there are no coincidences, right? And it's so funny that now, all these years later, here we are on this webinar. But about a year later, I woke up one morning And this instruction that you see here on the screen was in my mind. And it was very clear. It was word for word. And I didn't come up with this. This came from up above, and it was in my mind, and it was an instruction. It said, you need to take everything that you've learned about natural healing and put it into a self-study course that anyone can learn and make it available to everyone everywhere. And I remember thinking, wow, are you sure about this? This sounds like a lot of work. Well, and it was. It took a year to put this system together that we now call the Bodycode. And then in 2013, we took a whole another year and completely revamped it and updated it. But that's really what the Bodycode is. It's the most advanced system for mental, emotional, and physical healing ever devised. We've cracked the code on the body, and now you can too. It's simple enough for a child to use it, and yet healers all over the world rely on it. But it is a completely unconventional, dramatically new method of self-help and self-help that I believe really is destined to change the whole world and how we take care of ourselves. So here's what I found. And here's why this matters to you if you're dealing with cancer. What I found is that there are really only 6 kinds of imbalances that lead to all the disease that we suffer from. If you're dealing with cancer, and it doesn't matter where the cancer is, it could be prostate cancer, or breast cancer, or liver cancer, it doesn't matter. There are 6 categories of underlying imbalances that have been the underlying imbalances that are manifesting in this symptom that we call cancer. Cancer, remember, it's just a symptom. Now, when you get a headache, for example, that's a symptom. There's something wrong in the body. I remember once I had a patient that came to me who had migraine headaches for 19 years. She didn't know that she could get help with her headaches. She'd taken medication for 19 years. At the time I met her, she was taking 4 heavy-duty medications. All it took was a simple correction of a simple misalignment that she had going on at the base of her skull, and the migraines never came back, and she was mad. She was mad because for 19 years, nobody had ever told her that it could be a simple misalignment in a vertebrae that might be causing her headaches. And she had taken all of those drugs and done all that damage to her body. She was furious, really, that nobody had ever told her, see? Well, let's talk about these one at a time. Now, what are pathogens? Well, pathogens are an underlying cause of all disease, including cancer. Pathogens are little infections that get into the body, things like viruses, bacteria, mold infections, parasites, etc. These little organisms can get into the body and set up housekeeping. And if they do, you need to find them and get rid of them if you're going to be well. They are one of the underlying reasons why people suffer from all diseases, including cancer. Another kind of imbalance is misalignment, especially because your brain is a computer. It controls the body by sending messages down the spinal cord. Those messages exit out in between the different vertebrae of the spine. And when vertebrae get out of alignment, it irritates those nerves, and so the brain doesn't communicate with the body as well as it should. If, for example, the communication between your brain and your liver is compromised, and you have liver cancer, is your liver going to be able, is it going to be more able or less able to heal itself? And of course, the answer is less able. And the same thing applies to every other organ, every other tissue of the body. You need to make sure that things are in good alignment. Well, as time went on, of course, I was trained as a chiropractor and found that by simply realigning the bones in the spine, amazing things would happen. People would get well from lots of things. But as time went on, I found that other bones could misalign. For example, here's a jaw that's out of alignment. Teeth can misalign. Bones anywhere in the body can misalign. But organs and glands and any tissue can misalign. And then as time went on, I found that there's an underlying cause in the vast majority of cases when something is out of alignment, and it's usually some kind of an energy, like a trapped emotion. And that's what we have here. We have a trapped emotion, a ball of energy that is distorting the normal energy field. And these will cause misalignments as well as a lot of other kinds of problems as well. So let's jump down here to nutrition and lifestyle. Of course, if you don't have the right vitamins and minerals in the body, you're not going to be as healthy as you could be. And if you're not as healthy as you could be, eventually that might tend to result in problems for you, right? It might even help to create or manifest in cancer. Lifestyle problems might be things like not getting enough sleep, or having a pH imbalance, or not getting enough exercise, etc. So these are things that can be dealt with. Toxicity is another issue. Most of us are toxic. It's difficult to find a place on the planet now that does not have some kind of chemical toxin, poison going on. A lot of the time, people are being being toxified by the dental work that's been done with them. And Bill knows, of course, all about this. In fact, he's the one that clued me in on what a huge problem people's dental problems are. So this is something that has to be dealt with as well. Also, there are circuits and systems in the body. We have a spirit within us, and the spirit and the physical body have to interface. Sometimes that interface breaks down. That's something that we find in here, in this area. Every organ, every gland has the equivalent of an electrical circuit. And so we have to look at the organs and the glands and the acupuncture meridians and so on. We can find imbalances going on here. And then, of course, again, here we have things like trapped emotions and other kinds of traumas going on in the body that distort the energy field and cause trouble. So what I found during those years in practice is that the body would give me answers about what kind of imbalances people had. And I found that if I fixed those imbalances, that's really where the game needed to be played. I got to a point where I didn't really care too much what kind of a symptom a person was manifesting. You see, the medical profession, well, they spend a lot of time classifying and naming diseases. And there are new diseases that are being named every year. But the reality of it is, if you're manifesting some kind of symptom, you might call it a disease, or maybe a doctor stuck a label to your forehead and they've said you've got this disease and it's incurable. But the reality of it is, all diseases result from imbalances, and these are the 6 kinds of imbalances that lead to all disease. So let me ask you a question. Do you think it's really possible, if you're dealing with cancer or really with any other disease process or symptom right now, is it possible, do you think, that just 6 kinds of imbalances within you might actually be causing that cancer or that symptom that you're dealing with? I want you to raise your hand if you think that's actually possible. Okay, well, I agree. So let's take a look here. We're going to talk about muscle testing. Muscle testing allows us to tap into the subconscious mind and get answers. Now, the subconscious mind is where all of the good answers are. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But it also works long distance. The human body has this amazing ability. We call it proxy testing. It's the ability to set aside its own needs to act on behalf of someone else, and it works at any distance. Remember that this is energy medicine. Energy medicine knows no barriers of distance, and energy medicine is absolutely the future of healing on this planet. Now, the Bodycode is a self-study course, and it's also an app. So there's an app for that. There's an app for your body, and this is it. So this is an app running on a Mac computer, but this app runs on Windows and iPads and iPhones and Android tablets and phones as well. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how the Bodycode can be used. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to take some volunteers. And if you're dealing with an active cancer right now, first of all, let's take somebody who's actually experiencing some pain from that cancer right now, okay? Let's put a number on this. If you're at least a 7 on the 0 to 10 scale of pain, if you're at least a 7 on the 0 to 10 scale of pain, 0 being no pain at all, 10 being, call 911, put me to sleep. If you're at least a 7 on that scale from that cancer, then I want you to, I'm going to lower the hands for a minute, okay? And let's see, there we go. Okay, go ahead. If this is you, raise your hand. And I know there are going to be a few of you on the call today, and let's just see if we can delve in and see if maybe we might be able to help you a little bit. All right, let's see if we can talk to Priscilla. Priscilla, are you there? Priscilla?
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So is this you? You're dealing with an active cancer and you're experiencing pain from it right now?
I have an active cancer, but I have no pain.
Oh, you have no pain.
At least
Okay.
not a physical one.
Well, that's okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and talk to you. What kind of cancer have you been diagnosed with? Where is it at in the body?
I have colon cancer.
How long ago were you diagnosed with that?
I was diagnosed on June last year.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start asking your body some questions. Now, let me explain to you how this works. And in fact, I'm going to turn on my webcam here so you guys can see me. I'll lower these just a little bit. Again, remember, I want to make this really, really clear. We're not claiming to cure anything. All we're trying to do is find underlying imbalances and remove those so that your body will be more able to get well. When I was in practice, I made it a point when I saw a cancer patient, if they were undergoing chemo or even radiation, whatever, I made it a point to never interfere with what they were already doing with their medical doctors. That was fine. I just tried to come at it from another angle and just tried to remove the impediments that were in their way of getting well so that whatever they were doing was going to work better. Okay. Here's how we like to do this. Because this system really came down, I believe, from up above, and I just work here, before I work on somebody, I like to take just a moment and ask for some help from that higher power. I believe that the highest duty of the healer is to act as a go-between for that higher power. So give me just a moment, okay? I'll ask for some help for us, all right? Okay, now, we use muscle testing to get answers from the subconscious mind. What does that mean? Well, here's one method of muscle testing. You make a ring inside of a ring, and when you ask a question, like if I say yes, muscle strength will be there and it will be intact. If I say no, that weakens. If I ask right now if I can act as proxy for you, I get a yes answer. Okay, see that? They stay together. That means that my subconscious mind has set aside its own needs to act on your behalf. Now, normally, if I were to say my name is Brad, that would be strong, okay? Right now, if I say my name is Brad, it's actually weak. Why? Because my subconscious has set aside its own needs to act on your behalf. So now if I say my name is Priscilla, that's actually strong. This is kind of a funny thing, but that's how this works. So let's ask this question. Now, the beauty of the body code is that for the first time in history, we are able to access the subconscious mind and open it up like a book and ask questions and get answers. Because let me tell you, your subconscious mind knows with a perfect understanding why you're manifesting this symptom that we call colon cancer. So let's ask, is there an underlying reason why you're dealing with this symptom, this colon cancer? And the answer is yes, that's strong. You see that? That's strong. That's a yes answer. Now, your subconscious mind knows the underlying reasons why you're manifesting this symptom. Now, there may be several underlying reasons. I have no idea. Maybe there's 10 reasons. I don't know. But your subconscious mind will give us one at a time, which is a good thing because we can only deal with one thing at a time anyway. So when I ask, is there an underlying reason for this colon cancer? And your body responds as a yes, that's strong, that means your subconscious mind has one underlying reason in mind right now. And we're going to ask what that underlying reason is. Now, this is kind of like playing charades with your subconscious mind. And this works. It doesn't matter where you might be on the planet. I have no idea. It doesn't matter. But what we have here on the left is we have our Bodycode app. And we've got 3 kinds of imbalances on the left side and 3 kinds of imbalances on the right side. And so what we're going to do is ask, where is this imbalance, this first imbalance? Is it on the right side of our chart here? Oh, and that's actually strong, okay? So we know that it's on the right side. It's one of these. It's either pathogens or misalignments or nutrition and lifestyle. I have no idea which one it is. It doesn't matter, but it's one of these, okay? This first imbalance is one of these on the right side. So let's see which one it is. Is it a pathogen of some kind? No, that's weak. This first imbalance is not a pathogen. Now, it may be that the third imbalance on the list, maybe it is a pathogen. But the first imbalance, your body is saying, no, it's not a pathogen. Is it a misalignment of some kind? No. It's something in nutrition and lifestyle. Is that true? Yes. So what we'll do is we'll click right here on nutrition and lifestyle. And now we have a whole bunch of other options. Now, the Bodycode is a mind mapping system. It's very dynamic. There are 267 hyperlink maps in this system. And that might sound incredibly complex, and it is complex, but it's very, very simple to drill down and find out what your problem is. At any given point, you're just asking if a problem is on the left side or the right side of a given map. So in this case, continuing to play charades here with your subconscious mind, we'll ask, is this imbalance on the left side of this map? And I get a no answer. That's weak. So it's on the right side. So we'll start at the top. Is it a pH imbalance? No. Is it some kind of malnutrition? You can be spiritually malnourished or physically malnourished or both. It's not either one of those. Is it something in foods, herbs, and nutrients? Yes or no? And that's actually strong. So we'll click on this link right here. And so it could be a nutrient, might be a food you need to eat or avoid, might be some kind of herb. Is it something on the left side of this chart? And the answer there is yes. So there's something going on there. We'll go to the nutrient link, we'll click on it, and you can read the text here, but basically what we want to do is click right here, and there's a map that's going to come up. Now, for those of you that know the emotion code, this will look familiar, because this is how the emotion code works. We have columns and rows, and right here what we're going to do is we're going to allow your subconscious mind to choose for us what it is that you are needing, all right? Is it something in column A, this specific nutrient? No, it's not. So it's in column B. Is it in one of the odd rows? Yes, it is. Is it in row 1? No. Is it in row 3? No. Row 5? Yes. Okay, so here we go. So what is it? Is it cholesterol? No. Is it lutein, zeaxanthin? No. Is it monounsaturated fatty acids? Polyunsaturated fatty acids is the one that goes strong. Okay. So I'm going to make a note here. Polyunsaturated fatty acids. Okay. So what you can do is you can go to your health food store. You can look up online. You can see, okay, I need to get more of these, and you can start getting more of those into your diet. That's the first thing that your subconscious mind found for us. So what do we do now? Well, on any page of the Bodycode, there is a little iPhone-looking button. You can click that button, and it will take you right back to the home page. So let's see if there's another underlying reason for your symptoms, okay, for this colon cancer. Is there another underlying reason? Yes or no? Yes. So your subconscious mind gave us reason number 1, and now we know about that one. You can deal with that one. Let's go to reason number 2. What is the next reason? Is it on the left side of our chart? This one is, okay. Is it in the energies area? Yes, it is. That's strong. So we'll click on this button right here. And now we have another map of all the different kinds of energetic imbalances that can happen to us. So what is this? Is it something on the left side of our chart? Yes, it is. Is it something post-traumatic? Yes, it is. Okay, so we're going to click right here. And now we have another layer of maps. It's some kind of a post-traumatic energy. This is one of the reasons why your body's manifesting this disease. Well, what is it? Is it something on the left side of this chart? Yes, it is. Is it a psychic trauma? Actually, it is. Okay, we could check the other ones. Is it a physical trauma? No. It's a psychic trauma. Now, those of you that know the emotion code, this is not in the emotion code, but it's very similar. What happens is sometimes we experience more than one emotion simultaneously. And when those emotions are very powerful, they may become trapped in the body into one ball of energy. And we call this a psychic trauma. I discovered this right after 9/11/2001. I had patients coming in to see me that had obvious emotional baggage, but it was something I had never seen before. And this is what we call a psychic trauma. It can happen anytime you experience more than one emotion simultaneously, and they are powerful, and they both get stuck in the body. Sometimes it's more than two. Usually it's two. Let's ask if we need to identify more about this emotion, this psychic trauma. And your subconscious mind says, yes, we need to dig a little bit deeper about this. We ask that question, do we need to know more? To give your subconscious mind a chance to raise its hand and say, I think you need to dig a little deeper into this one. So let's see what this is. This is a psychic trauma. Let's find out when this occurred. Priscilla, how old are you right now?
I'm 33 years old.
33 years old, okay. This is a psychic trauma from some point in your life. Let's ask, when did this occur? We'll divide your life in half, roughly. Did this occur earlier than age 15? No. Did it occur between 15 and 20? No. Between 20 and 25? No. Between 25 and 30? Yes. Did it occur around age 30, around age 29? See, these are weak. You can see my hands going apart. Around age 28, around age 27, strong on 27. Okay, so age 27. Now, was there anything that happened around that age that rings a bell for you right off the bat? Anything come to mind?
Well, I was at that age, probably I was having some problems in my marriage.
Okay.
Family affairs too.
Okay. So let's ask if this psychic trauma had anything to do with your marriage. And I get a yes answer, definitely. Do we need to know more about this psychic trauma? Not really. So what is your body saying here? It's saying that there is an energy in your body. It's a psychic trauma. And if you want to, we could actually figure out what these emotions are. The first emotion, let's see if there are two emotions there are. Is this first emotion listed in column A? No. It's in column B. Is it in one of the odd or even rows? Is it in an even row? Is it in row 2 or 4 or 6? Is the emotion pride or shame or shock or unworthy? The first emotion is unworthy. And the second emotion, is it listed in column A? Yes. Is it in one of the odd rows? No. Is it in row 2, 4, or 6? Okay, so it's also in row 6, column A. Is it humiliation? No. Is it jealousy or longing or lust or overwhelm? It's overwhelm. So unworthy and overwhelmed. Does that ring a bell at all around during that time, during those years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So here's what's happening, okay? You have this energy in your body, this ball of energy. It's invisible. You can't see these. But it's a ball of energy, emotional energy, and it contains these two frequencies, unworthy and overwhelmed. It's part of the reason why your body is now manifesting this cancer, you see? So do we need to know more about this? No. Let's go ahead and release this. Now, to release an emotion like this, or in this case, a psychic trauma, you just use a magnet. Okay, this is a refrigerator magnet that has the emotion code chart printed on it. We sell these online. But you can use any kind of a magnet, refrigerator magnet, anything, doesn't work, or doesn't matter. And we just do 3 swipes or so of a magnet over the governing meridian. Now, the governing meridian is a little meridian that starts at the tailbone, goes straight up the back and over the top of the head, right to the upper lip. And when we put energy into that meridian, it has the effect of just releasing the emotional energy, kind of like if you took a credit card like this out of your wallet and you rub that magnetic strip with a magnet, and you wouldn't be able to use the credit card anymore, right? Same thing. Same thing. All right, so did we release that psychic trauma from you? Yes, we did. Okay, awesome. Now, let's go back to the home page on the Bodycode, and let's ask, is there another underlying reason for the colon cancer? Is there another underlying reason? Is there a hidden underlying reason? Now, right now your body is saying there's no other reason, and that often means that there's nothing else the body's going to give us right now, but there may very well be some other underlying imbalances that may show up, in another day or two. Sometimes when the body says, no, there are no other underlying reasons, sometimes we're really done. There are no other underlying reasons, that's it. Oh, thank you. Okay. My wife just brought me some fresh juice, which is what you all should be
Yummy.
doing. Good stuff.
I just got mine too.
Okay, awesome. All right, so listen, Priscilla, that I think is going to make a difference for you. Check into the polyunsaturated fatty acids, get those into your diet, and then there may be more going on. There may be more underlying reasons why you're manifesting this symptom. I don't know, but we have a network of practitioners around the world. Talk to Bill, and if you're not already, and hopefully you'll be able to find these any of the other underlying reasons for this and knock those out, and then whatever else you're doing is going to work better. Okay?
Sure.
Thanks, Priscilla.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Okay, let's take a look here. So let's talk to Lori. Lori, just
hello.
Like that. Hi. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for picking me.
Sure. So is this you? You're in pain?
This is me.
All right.
I don't have a ton of pain, though.
Okay.
But I do have pain, yes.
Okay. On a 0 to 10 scale, how would you rate the pain, so we can get a baseline?
Of course, now in this moment, it's like, oh, what pain?
Okay. That's all right. No
I'm sorry. I'm trying
okay.
to. Okay, all right. If I sit on my tumor, it hurts. I'm sitting on it.
Oh,
and
okay.
it's about a 3.
It's about a 3. Okay.
It's pain.
So what kind of tumor is this? What kind of cancer?
I have triple-negative breast cancer that is metastasized weirdly around my body, and not brain, bone, or organ. So I have a tumor where my thigh and my gluteal meet,
Okay.
and I have one. I have a few in lymph nodes.
Okay.
As well as in my breast.
Okay. All right. So let's take a moment. I'll ask for some help for both of us from up above, and then we'll take a look. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, you bet. All right. So let's ask those same questions. Can I act as proxy for you? All right. Now, I worked on Priscilla. My name was Priscilla, but when I got done with her, the subconscious mind will break that connection. So if I ask, is my name Lori now, I get a yes. Okay. Is my name Brad? No. All right. So you and I are connected energetically. I can ask questions and get answers. They'll manifest on my own body because we've got this wireless connection now going on. So let's ask about this now. Is there an underlying reason why your body is manifesting this symptom? Absolutely. What's the reason? I don't know. Let's look at the body code. Is the reason on the right side of our chart here? No, it's not. It's on the left. Is it an energy? Yes. So there's an energy imbalance. Let's go here. And is this something on the left side of this chart? No. So is it addictive heart energy or some kind of allergy or an intolerance? It's definitely something emotional. Okay. So is this a trapped emotion? Yes, there's a trapped emotion. What emotion is this? Is it listed in column A? No. So it's in column B. Is it in one of the odd rows in column B? Yes. Is it in row 1 in column B? No. Row 3, column B. Row 3, column B. So is it confusion? No. Is it defensiveness? No. Is it grief? Bingo. Emotion is grief. Trapped emotion of grief. Do we need to know more about this? Yes, we do. So Lori, let's first of all figure out when this emotion got stuck in your body. So how old are you right now?
51.
51, okay. So this trapped emotion of grief, did you pick this up when you were younger than, say, age 30? Uh-huh. Was it younger than age 20? Yes. Was it younger than age 10? No. So it was between 10 and 20. Did it occur between 10 to 15? No. Around 16, 17? Around age 18? Around age 19? Around age 19. Now, when we go back like this a number of years, it's accurate within a year, give or take. So you're probably 19, but you might have been actually chronologically 18 or maybe even 20. But around age 19, grief age 19. Does anything pop into your head about those years?
There was there was, unrequited love.
Okay. And that can certainly show up as grief. So let's just ask, is that what created this trapped emotion of grief, this unrequited love? And it's very strong. Now, if you're testing yourself, you can test yourself and it'll be strong. So do we need to know more about this? No, we don't. All right. Now, remember, we talked about how breast cancer often has to do with relationships and nurturing, things like that. So it's, this is something you picked up at age 19. That energy is still there. And these trapped emotions, it's a fascinating thing, but in the seminars that I teach, when we work on one of these, when we find an emotion and it comes to the surface, you can't see them, but you can feel these. If you take your hand, you can take your hand and actually, let's see where this is. This is on the left side, okay? So
yes.
What you may want to do, is that the side that the cancer showed up on?
Yes.
Okay. What you can do is you can take your hand and start out about a foot away from the breast, and then slowly come in closer and closer. And when you get to about probably a couple of inches out, you'll feel like there's a difference in the energy there. It's almost feels kind of like a breeze, like a faint breeze on your skin, or it might feel like faintly electrical. Just see if you can feel that. It'll be a couple of inches out from the skin.
I think I can, yeah.
Yeah. It's a fascinating thing, and I do this in seminars to show people how these energies are real. We're not making these up. So, and this is from all those years ago, you see. Well, not that long ago. I mean, not that you're old. It's been a while. Do we need to know more about it?
It's been a while.
Do we need to know more about this? And the answer is no. So let's go ahead and release this now. Okay. And it just takes 3 swipes of the magnet over the governing meridian to release that energy. Now, have we released that energy? Yes, we have. Now, I want you to come in again, start out, maybe a foot out from the breast, and then slowly come in again. And you should be able to go all the way to the skin now without actually feeling that difference, that subtle energy. Try it.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Weird, right? If
Yeah.
you take your hand and you blow on your hand, and I want you all to try this, blow on your hand with the faintest breath that you can just barely register. Feel that? That's often what these energies feel like. Now, normally these energies, these trapped emotions, are under the skin. So you have to go through this little process of identifying the emotion to get it to actually come out a ways. But then you can actually feel that energy if you want to. Sometimes it's really striking. Other times it's kind of subtle. But the first time that this happens for people, that they're actually able to feel these energies, it opens up a whole other dimension to them because they realize, this is real stuff. Now, I want you to think about something, you see. All those years ago, that emotion of grief has been in that left breast all these years. And then finally now, it's manifesting as cancer. But those tissues in that breast have been being distorted and irritated day in and day out since you were 19 years old. Imagine. That's how this works, you see. But releasing the emotion is actually just so simple. Now let's come back and let's ask the same question again. We'll go back to the home page of the Bodycode. You get to the home page, you just click on, you can either click down here on the little house symbol, or you can click here on this little iPhone button. And now how the Bodycode works is you just fix one thing at a time. So now we've fixed one thing. Now let's come back and ask, is there another underlying reason why your body, this cancer has shown up for you? Is there another underlying reason? The answer is yes, there's another reason. What's the reason? Is it on the left side of our chart? Yes, it is. Is it something in the energies area? No, it's not. Okay, so we'll go to the next one down. Is it in circuits and systems? Yes, it is. Okay, so let's click on that one, and let's see what shows up. So we've got lots of different options here, and I have no idea. The beauty of the Bodycode, you see, is that you don't have to be some kind of a rocket scientist. You just need to know how to ask questions, and the subconscious mind will take you there, see, because it's so smart. And luckily, we live in this day and age when we're uncovering all of this. So what's the next underlying reason? for the cancer? Is it on the left side of our chart? And the answer is yes. Okay, so is it something in the acupuncture system? And your body says no. Is it a disconnection of some kind? Yes, it is. Disconnection, very strong. So we click on that button right there. And here are the different kinds of disconnections. Well, if you are disconnected from the baby that's growing inside of you, that will cause morning sickness. That's not your issue, but I just wanted to point that one out. You can fix morning sickness and just knock it right out of the park all the time. In fact, we have practitioners and that's all they do is just work with women with morning sickness. So let's ask if it's some kind of a physical to physical disconnection. Is that what this is? No. So this is something on the right side of our map here. Now, there is a spirit within us, okay? I believe that the spirit within us looks exactly like us in every detail. And in this life that we're living, the spirit animates the physical in some way. They connect on some level that we really don't understand. It's beyond our comprehension. But sometimes that spirit will get knocked out of the body part way. And that's this top one. Is that what's happening with you? No, that's not it. So sometimes the spirit and the physical will be there, but they won't be talking to each other. We call that a disconnection. Is that what's happening between the spirit and the physical? No. So what's happening with you is something that we call a spirit-to-spirit disconnection. Okay? Now these are not super common, but let me read to you what this says. It's a break or tear in the spirit or the energy body. It usually affects the heart, but it can affect other body parts or the whole spiritual body. Let's ask, in this case, if this tear or break is actually affecting your heart. Yes or no? Yes, it is. Now, this is fascinating. Let me explain this. If we could look into your chest and see your heart in there beating, it would look just like anybody else's heart, probably. It would look perfectly normal, I would imagine. But if we could look at your spiritual heart, which is the spirit counterpart of your physical heart, that spirit heart of yours is broken. Okay? It's torn. And so let's ask about this. I'm just going to write this in here really quick. Broken heart. Can people die of a broken heart? Absolutely. Even the medical profession now is admitting people can die of a broken heart. Well, could you end up with cancer because of a broken heart? Well, if you can die from a broken heart, don't you think that's possible? I think so.
Sure.
So, broken heart, let's ask, is your heart splitting into two parts? Yes. More than two? No. So 2 parts. And are those 2 parts of your heart still connected to some degree? No. Now this is unusual. Usually we'll see the heart, it'll split usually into 2 pieces, but it'll usually stay connected to some degree, right? But your heart is actually split completely in 2. So your heart, I mean, it's truly broken, all right? Fully broken. Okay, so let's ask, is there an underlying reason why your heart is broken? And the answer is yes. Okay. So let's see what the first reason is. We need to fix the underlying reasons for this or we won't be able to fix it. And they're usually emotional. Is that the case with this first imbalance? Yes, it's some kind of emotion. Is it a trapped emotion? Yes. Is it listed in the chart here in column A? Is it in one of the odd rows in column A? Is it in row 1 or row 3 or row 5? It's in row 5 in column A. Is the emotion blaming or dread? Is it fear? Is it horror or peeved? No. Okay, this first reason is actually an inherited trapped emotion. Now, when the body takes us to a certain column and a certain row and the answers are all negative, that's because it's inherited. And so you got this at conception from either mom or dad. Let's see what this is. It's an inherited emotion of, is it blaming? Is it inherited dread or inherited fear? It's an inherited emotion of fear. Did you get this from your mom? Whoops, let me spell that right. Did you get this from your mom? No, it came from your dad. Okay. Did you get it from somebody earlier? From his dad, from his mom, father's mother. Did she get it from somebody earlier? No. Okay, so it came from your father's mother. Now, do we need to know any more about this? No, we don't. But do you know anything about your grandmother, your father's mother, that might have created this before he was conceived?
No. But okay. No, I don't.
That's fine, no worries. I'm going to go ahead and release this. Now, this is an inherited emotion. Lori, what I want you to do is I want you to pay attention to what's going on in your body. As I release this thing, you may feel some shifts going on. So let's just go ahead and release this. It takes 10 swipes. Okay. All right, that should be 10. And did we release that? It's 10 swipes if it's an inherited energy of whatever kind. Did we release this from you? Yes. Did we also release this inherited emotion of fear from your father? Yes. And from his mother? Yes. So whether they're alive or dead, it doesn't matter. It releases from them. It's a fascinating thing. Sometimes these go back many generations, and we're clearing it from all those ancestors all the way back. So let's ask. We cleared that from you. Let's ask, what are you noticing right now? Noticing anything going on? Oh, right. Oh, that's what we were trying to find out, or what we were trying to get to, right, was the tumor. But I'm telling you, see, the bottom line here is, I'm not making this up. There now is available on the planet a whole new way to take care of ourselves, and it's completely unconventional. I mean, this is so far out in left field compared to Western medicine, but guess what? Eventually we're going to realize Western medicine is really out in left field. All right, cool. So let's ask now, we'll come back to the main page here, and let's ask, is there another underlying reason why your body, why you're manifesting, or why you have manifested this cancer? Is another underlying reason. And I'm getting a no. And again, that may mean that there's more reasons to come that might still need to be cleared. Or it may mean that, this is it. I don't know. I mean, it just depends on the person. So we never know. But you can sit down now on that tumor and it's not hurting. That's a good sign, right? You see, the reality of it is your body can change instantly because your body is just an energy field. Cancer is just a manifestation of imbalances. If you get rid of the imbalances, can things change? Yeah, they can. I mean, again, remember, the emotion code and the body code, we don't claim that they cure anything. No, they're not cures for anything. They're just ways to find imbalances. That's all they are. So, but anyway, thank you, Lori, and let us know how you do, okay?
Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it.
You bet, and hopefully that'll help you. All right, cool. So let's take another caller. Hopefully this is fun for you guys. I mean, this is, I think it's really, really, really fun. Let's do this. I want to show you another way that you can work with cancer. So if you are dealing with cancer originating in a particular organ, then I'm going to lower the hands for a minute. I want you to raise your hand. Let's talk to Patricia. Patricia, are you there?
Hi.
Hi. So, raise your hand, correct?
Yes, I am Patricia. I'm from Paraguay, so I don't speak very fluid English.
That's okay. I don't speak very fluent Paraguayan either.
We speak Spanish here. It's in South America. I've been praying all day for this. I can't believe it's happening.
Okay, awesome. Well, hey, let's. What's going on? You've got. You've been diagnosed with cancer.
I have.
Where's it at?
Yes, I have thyroid cancer.
Okay. Thyroid, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. All right, now I want to show you something really, really interesting about this. First of all, let's take a moment. We'll ask for some help from up above.
Okay.
That's where all the healing comes from, right? As a healer, when people thank me for helping them, I just pass that right on to the man upstairs, okay? And we like to ask for that help because that's really the healer's duty, is to act as a go-between for the higher power. So give me just a second here. All right, here we go. Let's ask if I can act as proxy for you, and the answer is yes. All right, cool. Now remember, what's so great about the body code is that it has nothing to do with me. It's all about you. You can learn how to do all of this, and it works. I'm not making any of this up. It's so much fun. So
Yes.
let's ask about the, and by the way, we're going to have it available in Spanish within probably another month or two, okay?
Okay.
So let's ask about this this situation that you have going on. And by the way, I was working on Lori, but when I got done with her, my subconscious disconnected. So if I ask, is my name Lori? I get a no. Is my name Brad? Now, no. Is my name Patricia? Yes. My subconscious set aside its own needs. Your subconscious,
Okay.
you have the same exact ability. All of us are the same. So here we go. Let's ask this question. Actually, I'm going to ask this a little bit differently, okay? Let me explain something to you about how we
Okay.
use the body code to address specific organs and things in the body. Here's how this works, okay? Here's what I believe. You can believe whatever you want, but here's how I look at things. I believe that God created everything, and he created all the plants and all the animals and everything else spiritually before they were created physically. And I believe that all of these organisms that are around us, the trees and the animals, are all created to have joy in their own existence. Now, I believe that's the purpose of life, to have joy, to learn how to live joyfully. That's our purpose of life as well. And in our own bodies, our organs and our glands and our other tissues are also designed to have joy in their own existence and to be happy and content. Now, I found many years ago that if I asked an organ if it was happy, if there was anything going on to make it unhappy, I would get a no answer, that it would say, no, I'm not happy right now. And that enabled me, that opened the door to enable me to find out what the underlying reasons were. And if I fixed those, then I could make the organ happy or the gland happy. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes.
Okay, it makes sense. All right. It's kind of weird. Dr. Nelson, he's a little, he's a little weird, but I'm telling you, this works. So here we go. Let's ask your thyroid. Is your thyroid happy? And of course, your thyroid gland says, no, it's not happy. Is there a reason? Now, you can do this with the breast. You can do this with the prostate, the liver. It doesn't matter. You can ask that part of the body if it's happy. And of course, if there's a cancer going on, it's going to say no. But I just wanted to show you this because you can find imbalances in an organ or a gland or some other tissue. It may raise its hand and say, no, I'm not really happy. Years, decades before it actually would become malignant, you see. So it's a way to find things before they go bad. And then you have to do all kinds of crazy things to fix it. So anyway, let's take a look here and let's ask, is your thyroid happy? And your body says no. Your thyroid says, I'm not happy, no way. Let's ask why. Is there a reason why your thyroid is not happy? What's the reason? Is the reason on the right side of our body code chart? No. Now there might be a reason, maybe maybe the second or third or fourth reason is going to be on the right side. But this first reason, we're only dealing with one reason at a time. Your subconscious mind is saying this first reason is not on the right side, it's on the left side of our map. So is it in the energies area? No, it's not. Is it in circuits and systems? Yes, it is. So let's go here, circuits and systems, and let's see what shows up. Is this imbalance on the left side of our chart here? No, it's not. So is it an organ or a gland imbalance? It's a chakra imbalance right here. Now the chakras are from Ayurvedic medicine. The chakras are deep energy centers in the body that emanate from the spine. And there's a crown chakra here and a third eye chakra and a throat chakra. So let's ask what chakra this is. Is it on the left side of this chart? Now the beauty of it is, you see, when you use the body code, you don't have to know anything really about anything. The subconscious mind takes you there. It knows about all these chakras. You don't have to. But is it on the left side of this chart? Yes, it is. Let's start at the bottom. Is it the throat chakra? Yes, it is. Okay, so there's an imbalance going on in the throat chakra. So let's take a look at this and see what this is. Now the throat chakra is this energy center that is all about communication and speaking your truth. And oftentimes people will have trouble with the thyroid because the throat chakra is right in that area, see? And so if you're not speaking your truth for some reason, or if you've got some kind of energy imbalances there or whatever going on, then it might manifest. So you can see it's
Mm-hmm.
all about communication, independence, fluent thought, speaking your truth, etc. So let's ask about this. This throat chakra is imbalanced. Is there an underlying reason why the throat chakra is imbalanced? And the answer is yes. So your thyroid is not happy because the throat chakra is not happy, but there's an underlying
Uh-huh.
reason for that. So let's go out to the home page. When you learn how to do
Okay.
this, it's actually really fun, and you never know what's
Mm-hmm.
going to show up. See, so what is this? The throat chakra is imbalanced, but it's imbalanced because of something else. What's the imbalance? Is it something on the right side of the chart or the left? Is it some kind of an energy? Yes, it is. It's an energy, so we'll go right in here. And is this something on the left side? Yes. Is it something post-traumatic? No. Is it something offensive or something mental? It's something mental. That's strong. We'll go to this one. And so is this something on the
Mental.
left side of our map here? Yes, that's strong. So is it a will to die energy? No. Is it need for a T3 session, which is a more involved kind of energy work? And that's a no.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what we call a no will to live energy. So this is an energy, like it says here, that becomes trapped when life overwhelms us and we lose the desire to live. That energy can stay in the body and then cause disruptions. No will to live energy. And do we need to know more about this? We
Wow.
do. So Patricia, how old are you right now?
Yes.
30.
30.
You're
30.
30. Okay. So let's ask about this. When did this happen? Did this occur earlier than age 15, between 15 and 20, between 20 and 25, around 25, 26, 27? Well, actually age 27.
27.
27. Does that ring a bell at all?
Mm. Uh,
27.
I don't know.
Don't know.
27. What year was that?
Well, just 3 years ago, so 2013.
Oh, yes.
It does ring a
Uh,
bell.
what?
Okay. It rings a bell.
I had a, how do you say that? Yeah, a rob?
Oh, you were robbed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
let's ask if that's what this was about. Was it about being robbed or the aftermath of that? No, I get a no. There was something else that
I don't
happened.
know.
Do we need to know more about this? No, your body says no. It's okay. Um,
No, I don't remember.
it's okay. Your subconscious mind remembers everything. Consciously, we
Uh-huh.
remember very little. Do you remember what you had for breakfast last Wednesday? So you don't, do you?
No. No, no.
I
No,
don't
no.
know. So let's release this no will to live energy, and let's ask if we've corrected that, and we have. Now that no will to live energy was imbalancing your throat chakra. And so let's go back to the throat chakra and let's ask: is your throat chakra happy now? Yes or no? And actually, it is. Your throat chakra is happy now.
Oh,
So let's ask: is there another underlying reason for this symptom, this cancer that's manifested? Let's go back to the home page on the Bodycode. Is there another underlying reason for this cancer? And the answer is yes. What's the reason? Is it on the left side of the
wow.
chart? Yes or no? Yes, it is. Next reason. Reason number 2 is over on this side somewhere. Is it in the energies area? Yes, it is. So let's click here. Is it something on the left side of our chart here? No. So is it something emotional? Yes, it is. Okay. So is this something, is it a trapped emotion, or is it a heart wall or an emotional resonance? This is an emotional resonance. Now, an emotional resonance is a little different. This is not actually in the emotion code, but an emotional resonance is where you feel an intense emotion, but instead of getting stuck in the body, it leaves your cells, your DNA ringing with this frequency of that emotion. Kind of like if you see the picture of the bell. If you took a big hammer and you hit a bell like that, bong, it would ring for a while. If you come back an hour later with your dog, you probably won't hear it ringing, but your dog probably will. It's still ringing. And that's what's happening in your body. your body is ringing, or at least this area, at least your thyroid is ringing with a particular emotion. And what emotion is this? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Is it in column A? Yes, it is. Is it in one of the odd rows in column A? No. So is it in row 2? Is it in row 4? It's in row 4. Is the emotion anger? No. Is it bitterness? No. Is it guilt? Nope. Is it hatred? Nope. Is it resentment? Oh, no, it's not any of those, which means it is heredada, right? Inherited. So, yep. Heredada. Isn't that how you say it? Inherited? I'm probably
Inherited. What's that?
inherited. That means you got it from, let's see, did you get this from your mother? It came from your dad. Came from your father at conception. Okay, he gave this to you.
Ah.
So this is an emotional resonance that he had, and he passed this to you. Did your father get this from anybody earlier? No. So let's see what this emotional resonance is. Is this an inherited resonance of anger? No. Is it an inherited resonance of bitterness or guilt? It's actually guilt. Okay. Guilt. So your father felt guilty about something before you were conceived. He passed that to you. Does that ring any kind of bell at all for you?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. Do we need to know more about this? No, we don't. But see, understand that with the body code, you can find things that don't even necessarily have to do with your own life so much. They're not even your fault.
Uh-huh.
They can be things that happened, from ancestors that are manifesting now in your body. So let's go ahead. We'll do 10 swipes here to release this inherited emotional resonance of guilt. And I lost count, but I think that should be good.
More than 10. Yes.
More than 10, okay.
Yes.
I can't count past about 8, so let's ask. All right, did we release that? Yes, we did. Okay, so let's take a look and let's ask another time. Let's come back to your thyroid gland and let's ask, is your thyroid gland happy now? Yes or no? And actually, I get a yes that it is. Now, is your throat chakra happy now? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's go back to the main page on the body code and let's ask, is there some other underlying reason here? Is there another underlying reason for the thyroid cancer? Yes or no? No. Is there a hidden reason for your thyroid cancer? No. Now, your body is saying no, there aren't any other reasons. Again, remember, when the subconscious mind says this, it may just be saying, that's all I'm going to give you for today. There may be some other things that may show up later, but that's all that's showing up at the moment. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, and if we ask,
Okay.
is your thyroid happy now? We actually get a strong answer. And this is how I worked with people over the years with different kinds of cancers in different areas. You can ask that organ, the prostate, for example, if it's happy, yes or no, and it'll tell you. And if it's not happy, you figure out the reasons why, get rid of those, and then you see what happens. So that's how this works. So thank you, Patricia. Let us know how you do, okay?
Thank you. I've been praying all day for this. Can't believe it.
You're so welcome. Well, I hope that makes a huge difference for you. And you never know. Look, here's what I have learned. I've learned to never say never. I've learned to never assume what the body can or cannot do. It's like I've told my patients for years, and I'm no longer in practice, but what I used to tell them is, I just work here, okay? All I do is just try to find the imbalances and fix those, and then I leave it up to your body. Your body's going to do whatever it wants to do. I don't make any claims to cure anything or fix anything. No, I just find imbalances and get rid of those. That's all I do, okay? So
I believe in that.
God bless you, Patricia, okay?
God bless you too.
Okay, take care.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, fun. Well, let's see. You know what? Let's see if we can take another person. And I know I've got some help. I want to acknowledge the help that I've got on the call today. We've got a number of staffers. We've got Dave and Dirk and Connie that are all helping. And I want to thank all of you for being there and answering questions, and that's awesome. So let's see if we can take another person here. Let's see if we can talk to Enda. Enda, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, hi. Speak a little louder.
This is Enda.
Yes, hi, Enda.
Hi.
Hi. So fill me in. What's going on with you? How can we help you?
I've just received a diagnosis of lung cancer, and it's just the one tumor, and I would like to know what's caused it.
Well, let's ask your body some questions. First of all, let's take a moment. I'll ask for some help for us from up above, okay? And then we'll take a look and see what we can figure out. All right, let's see here, Enda. Let's ask if I can act as proxy for you, and I get a nice yes answer there. All right, let's see. Is there an underlying reason why your body is manifesting this cancer tumor? And the answer is yes. Okay. So what's the reason? Is the reason on the left side of our chart? Mm-hmm. Is it in the energies area? Yes, it is. Let's go here. And is this something on the left side of our map here? No. So is it something emotional? Yes, there's something emotional there. Now you can see why I wrote the emotion code book first, because 80% of the problems that we are dealing with are actually due to emotional baggage. But the Bodycode provides the other 20% and helps you to figure out what everything else might be. So let's take a look here and let's see what this might be. Is this a trapped emotion? Yeah, there is a trapped emotion. And what emotion is this? Is it listed in the chart here in column A? Yes. Is it in one of the odd rows in column A? Yes. Is it in row 1 in column A? Yes. Is it abandonment? No. So we're right here, column A, row 1. Is it abandonment? No. Is it betrayal? No. Is it forlorn? No. Is it lost? No. Is it love unreceived? No, it isn't any of those. So what does that mean? Do you know, Enda, what that means? Yep.
Inherited.
It's an inherited trapped emotion. So now the emotion code is the only method that I know of that can enable you to very easily identify in a very concrete way an inherited emotional energy and figure out the genealogy, figure out who it came from. So let's find out what this emotion is. Is this inherited abandonment? No, it's not. Is it inherited betrayal? Mm-mm. Is it inherited forlorn? Bingo. Inherited forlorn. Now, forlorn is the old expression used to be forlorn of hope, to feel like all your hope was taken away. It's kind of a combination of sadness and desolation and loneliness all rolled into one. Forlorn. Where did this come from? Did you get this from your father at conception? No. Came from your mother. Did she get this from somebody earlier? Yes. Did she get this from her mother? Yes, she did. And did she get this from her mother by any chance? Yes, okay. So mother's mother's mother. And let's see here. Hold on a minute. And yes, Bill, I'm going to give you some time here in just a minute. In fact, yeah, I'll be with you in just a second here. Let's take a look here. Forlorn, mother's mother's mother. And is there, did she get it from somebody earlier? No, so it goes back 3 generations. You got it from your mom. She got it from her mom. She got it from her mom. Do we need to know more about this? No, we don't. So let's release this. Now, you know, before we do this, this is on the left side, okay? Which side is the cancer on?
Right.
Okay. All right, this is on the left side, but this is showing up as an underlying reason. So exactly why, I don't know. It may be big enough that it's affecting both sides. I don't know. In the body, the old saying of the holistic physician is anything can cause anything. So so let's just see what shows up here. What I'd like you to do, now that we've identified this, what I would like you to do is I'd like you to see if you can feel this energy. And again, if you remember, you took your hand and you blew on it. faintly. I'd like you to put your hand about a foot out from that left lung area, the left breast, and then just slowly bring that hand in until it's maybe
The right breast, is it? It's on my right side.
Yeah, but this emotion is actually on the left side.
On the left.
So come in on the left side, all right, and see if you can feel that energy.
Yes, I think I can.
Okay, now let's ask if we need to know more about this. The answer is no. I'm going to go ahead and release this now. And let's ask, did we release that from you, and did it also release from your mother and her mother and her mother? Yes, I get a yes on all those. I'd like you to go ahead now, bring that hand in and see how that feels now, and that subtle energy field there that you could feel before that should be gone.
I think I still feel it. It feels the same.
Okay. All right. Well, we released it, so it's gone. Okay. Let's ask this question. Is there another underlying reason for this cancer, this tumor? And it's in the right lung, right?
Yes. Yes.
Let's go back onto the home page. And with the body code, you see, you just fix whatever shows up, all right? And remember, anything can cause anything. So you never know, but there was some kind of a connection there between those two sides. So we needed to release that. Let's ask about this. Is there another imbalance we can release that's affecting that, that's causing this cancer to manifest? The answer is yes. Is it on the left side of our map here or the right? It's on the right. So is it some kind of a pathogen or some sort of a misalignment or something in nutrition and lifestyle? It's in nutrition and lifestyle. Let's see what that is. Is it something on the left side of our map here or the right? Is it a pH imbalance, something in some kind of malnutrition or some kind of food, herb, or nutrient? It's a food, herb, or nutrient. So is it something on the right side of this chart or the left? It's some kind of a nutrient. And you saw how this worked before. There's something that you need. What is it? Is it something in column A here? No, it's in column B. Is it in one of the odd rows? Nope. So it's an even row in column B. So is it in row 2 or row 4 or row 6? Okay. So is it enzymes or enzymes? Is it methionine or no, phenylalanine? It's actually enzymes. So you need enzymes. So all right. Need for enzymes. Okay. And so that's something that you can take a look at. You can go to the health food store. You can research that a little bit. You can actually muscle test yourself if you have the information, the book, or the body code. You can test yourself and see what shows up there.
I have your book and everything, but I cannot do the muscle testing.
What we have found is that some options there. You can use a pendulum. If you find a pendulum, you can use one of those.
That's what I do use, yes, because I cannot do it any other way.
Yeah, and that's fine. We have a lot of people who use a pendulum. They have a hard time with the muscle testing, and some people don't like the pendulum and they use the muscle testing. It doesn't matter. Whatever works for you. The key thing I think is to pray and ask for help from up above before you do the testing. And then whatever way you want to do the testing, I don't think it really matters. The answers seem to be the same. So let's ask, is there another underlying reason for this lung cancer? Yes or no? There's another underlying reason. Let's see what this next one is. Is it on the left side of our map here? Nope, it's on the right. Is it a pathogen? No. Is it some kind of a misalignment? It's a misalignment of some kind. Let's see what that is. Okay. So any tissue can misalign in the body. So let's ask if it's something on the left side of our map here. No, it's actually on the right, which is the skeleton. So is it something in the appendicular skeleton over here? No. Something in the axial skeleton. Is it something on the left side here? Yes, so it's the vertebral column. So let's see what this is. Is it something on the left side of this map? No. So we're on the right side here. Is it cervical vertebrae that's out of alignment? No. Is it something in the thoracic vertebrae? Yes, we'll go right here. So is it something on the left side or the right? It's on the right side. Is it T1 or T2 or T3? It's actually T3. So we have a misalignment, and you'll see here T3 connects to the lungs, etc. So let's take a look. Misalignment of T3. Okay. Now, oftentimes, more often than not, there will be an underlying reason for a misalignment like this, and we can actually fix that. So is there an underlying reason for this misalignment? Yes, there is. Okay, so let's fix that. What's the underlying reason? I don't know. Let's go back to the home page. And hopefully you're getting a good idea of how the body code is actually used, you see, in real life. And you can use it with people at a distance, or you can use it live and in person, either way. So this misalignment of T3 is due to some underlying reason. Is that reason on the right side of the map? No, it's on the left. Is it due to a toxin or something in circuits and systems, or some kind of energy? Something in the energy area here. Is it something on the left side of this chart? No, it's on the right. Is it addictive heart energy or an allergy or an intolerance? No, it's something emotional. Is it a trapped emotion? Yes. Is this trapped emotion in column A? Yes, it is. Is it in one of the odd rows? Yes. Is it in row 1? Actually, it is. So here we go. Is this abandonment? No. Is it betrayal? No. Is it forlorn? No. Is it lost? No. Is it love unreceived? No. So this is also inherited. Let's see what it is. Is it inherited abandonment? No. Is it inherited betrayal? Oh, bingo. Very strong. Inherited betrayal. And where did you get this from? Did this come from your father? No, it came from your mother. Did she get it from somebody earlier? Yes. From her mother? Yes. And did she get it from somebody earlier? From her mother? And does this go back further? Does it stay in the mother's line all the way? Yes, it does. Okay, good. So that makes it easier to narrow this down. How many generations does this go back? Does it go back 10 generations total? No. 9? No. 8? Yes, 8. 8 total generations. So if we say 8 generations times 22 years for a generation minus 2016, it goes back to about 1840. Okay. So 1840, roughly. Do we need to know more about this? No. Let's go ahead and release this. Now, before I release this, what I want you to do is take a deep breath. Okay. Notice how that feels. And now I'm going to go ahead and release this thing. And did we release that inherited betrayal from you? Did it also release from her mom and from your mom and from all those other moms and grandmas all the way back? It did. Okay. Now what I want you to do is take a deep breath again, and let's see how that feels. And we cleared it.
Yeah.
All right. Good. So do you notice any kind of a difference there with your breathing? You may have, or you may not have. I don't, I just work.
No, I don't really notice a difference now.
That's all right. No problem. All right. So let's ask, we'll go back to the body code homepage and let's ask, is there another underlying reason why your body's manifesting this cancer? Hidden reason. No. Okay. So those are the reasons your body's giving us right now. All right. Now, again, there may be other reasons, but they're not showing up at the moment. So, so thank you, and I appreciate that. Appreciate you giving us a chance to work on you a little bit and let us know how you do, and hopefully that will help to make a dent in this thing, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, you bet. Thank you. All right, awesome. So, so hopefully that kind of gave you an idea how this works, and it's really simple. It's just asking questions. That's really all it is. So listen to this testimonial. This is from Constance Wallace. She said, I have a male friend, 60 years old, that had been having issues with his liver. He had an ultrasound and blood work done that made the doctors suspect possible liver cancer. 2 dark masses had shown up on the ultrasound. They scheduled an appointment in 10 days for a CAT scan and more extensive blood work. I started working on him immediately, found a heart wall and curses on his liver. After 5 days, 4 sessions, and lots of praying, his liver was happy. He had the CAT scan and blood work done on the 10th day. The results came back and were amazing. There was nothing there. The dark masses had disappeared and his blood work was great. God is wonderful, and thank you, Dr. Brad. So let me show you something here that, that she alludes to. In the body code, there are lots of things that in our webinar today I was not really able to show you because they didn't show up on people. But some of the things that might show up, let's go back here. Sometimes we've seen a few of these things here, but sometimes there are offensive energies, oftentimes from dark entities that are real. Sometimes people can have a curse. Can you have a curse? Yes, you can. Is it possible that you might have entities attached to you causing illness? That's one of the things that we see. Some other things that can happen, of course, toxicity shows up, dental toxicity, and we can break those down and look at those. Chemical toxicities, heavy metals, and so on. We looked at the nutrition and lifestyle imbalances. You might need a certain herb. Well, the subconscious mind will guide you to that. You just have to trust it. You might have a certain food that you might need for healing, or a certain food you might need to avoid. The Bodycode will take you to those as well. You might have a need for something outside of what you're doing now. Maybe you'll have a physical need for detoxification. Well, those things are also in the Bodycode. So the Bodycode is a completely unique, totally different system from any system that's ever existed like it before. You can also find all the organs in the body, and you'll find out what the connections are. For example, with the colon, you'll see the emotions that are connected there. You will see the muscles that are connected and the symptoms and so on that are commonly arising. And then things like pathogens. Mold is one of the common underlying causes of a lot of different things, including cancer. And you'll find out what you can do for that, what the most effective remedies are that we have found. Fungal problems, parasites too. It's all in there. And so the Bodycode enables you to zero in on these things and simply release them so that things can function like they're supposed to. So here's another one I want to share with you. This woman said, I use the Bodycode emotion code to provide me with a tool to access God's grace to heal breast cancer naturally. Grace food in 2 years. I was given a cancer-free diagnosis last October by my new MD, who uses muscle testing and homeopathy to give me the good news. I had done it. He used muscle testing to answer some questions I had about what had happened too. This news came after a massive healing experience, a healing crisis, and a near-death awareness lasting 10 weeks this past summer. The result was a continuous surrender and redemption process that came as part of a package that included being crippled with pain as my entire body began changing into its proper alignment. It's taken me 7 months since that near-death experience to be recovered enough physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally to be able to start getting back to living. And without the tools of the Bodycode and emotion code, I would not be here. I say this with absolute confidence. I no longer need the long-term thyroid medication I took for 20 years and am blooming with health. Needless to say, wow, thank you, Dr. Bradley, for following your guidance to bring us this amazing healing tool. The best is yet to come. And that's from Kate. Thank you, Kate. So the Bodycode is really, we call it the ultimate health, wealth, and happiness solution. So what I want to share with you right now is how you can actually get the Bodycode for yourself and what's included. The first thing that we give you, by the way, the Bodycode is a digital system, so it's completely online. This system is online, but we do send you a couple of manuals that are your hard copy backups that help you to have backups in case your iPad gets run over. This one is the Bodycode Complete Manual. Helps you to unlock the infinite well of knowledge that is your subconscious mind, simple, easy to understand for anybody. And this is where you'll learn how the whole system works. It's actually really simple. We also give you the Bodycode manual online, so you don't have to read it. You can watch it, and I explain the whole thing to you. And in this system, you'll learn how you can give and receive love, find your soulmate, and attract abundance, as well as get well from whatever you're dealing with. We also give you this system, which is the mind maps in a printed manual. These are the same mind maps that I've been using. We give them printed. We give them to you printed and cross-referenced, so that if you ever need a hard copy backup, you've got it. Okay, and then we give you the Bodycode software. That is patent pending, by the way. We are close to having our patent on this. We just found out recently. But this system enables you to unlock this, the most powerful computer in the known universe, which is your subconscious mind and the subconscious minds of those you love. And again, it runs on Windows, Mac, iPhone, iPad, Android phones, and tablets. So you can have this system running on your phone or tablet or computer literally within minutes. We also give you the The Bodycode System Rapid Results Startup Guide, which is where you start to see immediate results. It tells you what to do next. We give you the Unlock Your Abundance information as well, so that you can learn how a future or a career in healing may be just what you're looking for. You'll learn how easy it is and how you can be free from the 9 to 5. We also give you the live seminar training. We call it the Complete Immersion Experience. This is a recording of an amazing Bodycode webinar that I put on a couple of years ago, the only one of its kind that we've done. We have people from all over the world that came, and you actually can attend this on your iPad or your computer, and you get to see me bring people out of the audience and work with them, etc. And you'll learn how it all works and how you can do it at a distance and so on. Now, the value of this system, the real world value of everything I've talked about so far, comes to almost $14,000, but don't panic. If you don't have the Bodycode, it doesn't cost anywhere close to this. And when we give you the Bodycode, we give you some bonuses because we want you to really hit the ground running. One of these is Vitality Secrets Exposed. This is an explosive expose into the food conspiracy. It helps you to take your life back and increase your energy and get out of pain and feel better than you ever thought possible. It's all about what's going on with food and how food and food additives are actually also an underlying cause of cancer. Bonus number 2 is Mastering Communication with Your Subconscious Mind. In this one, we teach you how you can easily and quickly master the art of muscle testing, which opens the door to the subconscious and makes communicating with the subconscious mind second nature. Bonus number 3 is all about freedom from lower back pain. Low back pain is so common, 80% of adults experience it at some point in their life. Now, I'm going to ask for a show of hands here just for fun. I'm going to lower the hands. Raise your hand if you'd like to be able to fix the low back pain of every person that you know for the rest of your life. And that might sound funny, but I'm telling you, with this system, you can. I spent 17 years in a brick and mortar practice, saw hundreds of low back patients, and I learned the secrets of what actually causes it. And I give you those secrets in this bonus. It's really amazing. Bonus number 4 is all about tearing down the walls around your heart. Your heart's the seat of your soul, the core of your being. And in this, you'll learn all about the protective mechanism of the heart wall, how it's hampering your creativity and ability to love. And you'll learn where it came from, the whole story, and what it might be doing to you. Here's a testimonial from somebody who had PTSD, her husband actually. She said, my husband has suffered from debilitating depression and PTSD for the past several years. He has tried just about everything to handle his depression. The Bodycode has been the only true solution. Instead of being curled up in a ball in bed for a week, he's bouncy, chipper, and optimistic. My husband has his life back, and as a wife and mother, I have no greater joy than seeing my family happy and thriving. That's from Elisa. Now, if you buy the Bodycode today, I want to give you a couple of tickets to our Ultimate Health, Wealth, and Relationship Retreat. And somehow our little heading here got messed up. But anyway, that's what it's supposed to say. This is an amazing event. We have people that come from all over the world for this event. And in fact, let me see, Bill. Oh, I've got 3 of you now. I'm going to see if I can't unmute you, Bill. Can you hear okay? Because Bill came and actually spoke at our last one, which was really, really fun. The real world value of this thing is about $2,400. We give you 2 free tickets to come to this event if you buy the Bodycode today. And I'll give you the link where you can buy that here in just a minute. So, Bill, can you hear me okay now? I think Bill is still muted. You might need to press your unmute button there. Anyway, the other thing that we give you is, if you buy the Bodycode today, we give you a Bodycode healing session with a remote evaluation, where you'll work with one of my certified Bodycode practitioners to experience the Bodycode firsthand. You'll get a complete examination and a report detailing your imbalances, complete with a game plan to get your health back on track, and includes a Bodycode session where your healer will work to remove any imbalances that have been affecting you. And that has a real world value of about $434. So Julie Neely sent this in recently. She said, I've been immersed in learning and doing the Bodycode daily for 4 months. I've never felt this good in my whole life. I didn't know it was possible to feel this good. I worked on my husband and other children. This work I know is divinely inspired by God. Mine and my family's life has been changed for beyond the better. We marvel every day at how our life has evolved in the direction we're headed. Much love and gratitude, Julie Neely Hale. Thank you, Julie. Now, we do have a 100% money-back guarantee on the Bodycode. If you buy it and you try it for 30 days, if for whatever reason you're not satisfied, you can send it back and we'll send you back your money. but I know that once you use it, you will see powerful results. And this is the link right here. If you go into the chat area, you'll see that link, okay? It's bodycodenow.com, okay? You can go there, you can go to that link, and we'll go there, in fact, in just a second here. Just remember that the Bodycode is a digital system, okay? And so when you buy it, you actually will get an email and you'll be able to download it and put it on your devices, however many devices. I think it goes up to 5 devices immediately. So it truly is healing made simple. So let's go there really quick to that link. And here's what it looks like, okay? So you see the cost on the Bodycode is actually, if we scroll down a ways, it's $9.97. So you get all the Bodycode digital components, all the shipped components, 2 tickets to the Ultimate Health, Wealth, and Relationship Retreat, and the Bodycode Distance Health Evaluation and Follow-Up Healing Session. All of that's included. And we also give you 3 premium Bodycode training webinars on weight issues, learning disabilities, and addiction. Those are also included today. So how you do it is you just put in your billing info here. If that's the same as your shipping info, you just click and copy it straight across. And then if you want to spread it out into payments, you can. So, and we do take PayPal if you pay in a single payment. So anyway, that's the Bodycode. That's how it works. And I want to thank all of you for being on the call today. And let's see here. I think I wish I would have had time to work with more of you, but hopefully that was interesting and hopefully that was instructive for all of you. All right, let's see here. So I want to especially thank those of you that I worked on tonight, Priscilla and Lori and Patricia and Enda. Just let us know how you do, and hopefully, this can seem so simple, and it can seem too simple. But the reality of it is healing is no longer as complicated as it used to be. It's getting easier and easier. So, so I want to thank you. And I'd like to bring Bill back for a minute here if I can. Let's see. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Oh, there you are, Bill.
Brett.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully that was interesting for you too, Bill. I mean, I know we could do a whole nother webinar and just have you talk, but this is the Bodycode, and so I try to give everybody a little bit of a picture of how we use the Bodycode to deal with cancer. So hopefully that was fun.
Well, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Dr. Brett, for all the hundreds of people that are my clients, listeners, readers, whatever, that showed up for this thing. I think every one of them would like to give you a big hug for exposing them to this brand new system for most of us that deals so effectively with virtually any kind of problem, physical problem, mental problems, etc. It's really amazing, and I want everybody to at least consider getting this for themselves, because you're not going to be able to just help yourself. You'll be able to help your loved ones, those people you care about. You can learn this. It's really not terribly difficult to learn as long as you have the materials that Dr. Nelson described there. You can learn this. As you recall in the first screen when we were talking about practitioners, there are people available that can help you learn this and work with you remotely. And they've done it with quite a few of the coachees that I have and other clients of mine, and believe me, it works. Okay, you basically got exposed to an enormous amount of useful information today, but believe me, this works like a wonderful, really spiritually designed system. I think you can feel that. So God bless you, Brett, and thanks so much for doing this tonight. Hopefully we can do it again.
Thank you, Bill. I really appreciate that. Well, it really all goes back to this moment when I woke up in 2008 and this instruction was in my mind. And that's really all this is it's just, it's the result of that instruction. And I've learned that when I get those instructions, those dreams, or whatever it is, that I need to pay attention. And so that's what the Bodycode is. It's just a better way to take care of ourselves and find the underlying imbalances. And we don't have to be hopeless, and we don't have to be powerless. This is a way that we can take back our power, take back our healing ability. I believe that every single one of us is a healer. Every man and woman and child on this whole planet, we all have this innate ability to heal. And the body code, you see, is just this simple way to give back that power to you so that you can reclaim that power and start healing yourself and healing your loved ones. And, you know, the medical profession is broken. I mean, it's great for a lot of things. For this type of thing, gee, it's not going to be long. And we'll look back on chemo and radiation and we'll just shake our heads and in wonder that it was ever.
Tell me about it.
Right?
Yeah, folks, this is unique. I know of nothing like this that's available in the world. So that's why I want you to consider getting it for yourself, because, you know, it's not going to happen again. This is unique. This is an opportunity for you to take charge of your health. And I know of nothing better, really, literally in the world, Dr. Brad, than what you've offered here with the body code. I love it.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing system. Well, all right. I know we ran way over on this, and but I was just having so much fun working on everybody, and we could have gone on for hours longer, but
yeah, it's a bottomless pit, I guess.
Kind of, yeah. But thank you so much, Bill. Thank you so much for all that you've done and all the people that you've helped. God bless you. What a great man you are. I'm just I'm honored to have you as a friend. And I want to thanks everybody else that was on the call today too for being on.
Thank you, Dr. Brad. You're literally a unique friend of mine, and I want to stay in touch with you forever. But folks, would you do just one favor for me? If you would like to send me your comments on this webinar, what we've been doing for the last couple hours here, please send them to my email address. I don't mind getting a few hundred emails. My email address is the letter U, heal, HEAL, cancer, @gmail.com. And I will sift through those and pass them on to Dr. Nelson. And I don't want you to mess up his email, but yeah, there's no hyphen after the letter U there, but otherwise you got that right.
There we go.
Yeah, it's just healcancer@gmail.com.
Okay, great.
Send me a message, folks. Tell me what you think about this, and I'll certainly pass it on. Thank you so much, Dr. Brett. It was wonderful.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. God bless you all, and we'll talk again.